How's it going, everybody? I know it's been too long since we got one of these guides out, but we got it out. Here's part 5, the Barrens for your heroic guide. Now, I do want to mention the pictures that you're going to see for the armies that were used that are going to be above me when we get into the actual video. The levels there are not the same as the levels of the minis being used in the fights. The minis being used in the fights are actually a lower level, but I forgot to take those pictures of the armies with the actual positioning and the talents and all that. I forgot to do that until I had done the entire Barrens, got a bunch of levels on, and then I was like, why did I do that? So it's not, we're not punching across, we're not punching down, we're punching up in all these fights. You can tell when you look at the actual unit levels in the matches. Besides that, we're going to be primed to head on over. I believe it's Ashenvale is next. I'm working on that video right now, so you could look forward to that. And now there is a content creator program for Warcraft Rumble. I'm super excited to try and get myself in that program. To do so, though, I need to hit 5,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I need your help to do that. So if you could like, share, and subscribe to this video if you find it helpful, I'd be eternally grateful. But for right now, let's get into the guide. Let's get this started with Gazlowe. Sorry, let's get this started with Gazlowe. We're going here with our alliance. I went ahead and I did all of them with my beast armies first. I want to use my weakest units to make sure that this whole universal army idea with one substitute is going to work. So keep an eye ahead, above rather, for the substitutes that I make for the given families. I'm going to showcase the alliance taking all these out because that's what I'm going to be working my way through. The reason I didn't do all of them beforehand is because I didn't want to outlevel the content. Right now it's at the perfect place where it's like yellow or orange at some points. Makes the content more interesting. All right, let's get in there. Alright, so Gazlowe is an absolutely chaotic mess of a map. You can see we do have some units that are ready to come just destroy our base right off the rip. We got 2 chests, 1 gold mine, and we have 3 of the cannon towers. Now these cannon towers are just throwing bombs all over the place. It's going to be important the order we capture them and the sides we capture them from. So for this first tower, we want to capture it from the front left side. The second tower, we want to capture it from the, I'll call this the back left side. Did I say left? The front right side, back left side, and then this one, because we're already going to own this one, we'll capture from anywhere we want. Otherwise, we're going to getting bombed from the opposite side, and it's a big problem. We're going to be doing this with this alliance deck with the help of Safety Pilot and Execute. That should get it down really quick because we do have the Gnomish Cloaking Device, or the Whelps because the cannon will destroy them all at once. But if you have the Goblin Sappers, like we see right here, and they have the fast trait, you can go ahead and throw them in for all your decks, and they will extremely trivialize this for you, which is a lot of fun. We do need to capture all the towers, and then we'll go for Gazlowe. If you just are out leveling this, say you got like level 17 character, just dive bomb the boss. He's super squishy. He attacks really slow. If you start with your whelps, he'll AoE the whelps, immediately drop the Quillbore. He basically won't take another turn before he's dead. But that's kind of weird to show. So instead, let's go here. Let's have some fun. All right, let's start with Tyrion here. You can see what I mean about the tower just going nuts, right? So we still don't have our Safety Pilot yet. All right, there's our gold. Let's see if we can't do one of these. There you go. So we got the first tower, but you see we get our tower attacked by the side that we're on. I want to take her out. I need this tower to actually capture, and then I'll start focusing over here. That Harpy did amazing, amazing work for us. That's fantastic. Wow, that Harpy just carried because that tower was attacking the wrong side forever. So that's going to be a quick capture over there. That's great. We'll get this gold node. You can see we're hurting our own tower because of the side it's being attacked from. She's going to take it back, but that's fine. Tyrion will take her out and recapture this tower super quick. We just got the base back. We're going to try and protect what we just earned. Probably not going to be successful on this top right one, but if I drop my Whelplings on top of the Safety Pilot, she'll kill herself, and then those Whelplings will just recapture the tower, and that's exactly what we wanted to have happen. Let's get this gold. We'll get this chest. And now we'll start working our way to the boss. So you can see what I mean by he attacks super slow. But boy, these Safety Pilots, they are super annoying. Alright, as soon as we have the base to some extent, the boss's damage just peppering in on our tower here, unfortunately. This is what I mean by chaos. It is certainly chaos. Alright, but here we go. We got the towers. We're able to do a lot of damage to the boss. And we'll finish him off just like that. So you see, even on my level, very squishy. Whenever we got even a little bit of damage in on him, that was a wrap for that guy. So if you do just want to out-level this, it's going to be free 300 gold. And then actually all the stages will be pretty free. If you have level 17 characters, the whole Barrens is going to be very easy for you. All right, let's go do, I think Chargla's next. All right, so Charlga Razorflank is next. Now, this is not a very difficult boss. It's one of our leaders, and you know she's not the best, so you shouldn't expect her to be that tough. Let's get into it. Alright, so Charlga does have this root aura around her that's going to be the main mechanic to stopping you from damaging her. So our melee units are not going to cut it. We can, of course, drop spells directly on her, safety pilot directly on her. The Huntress will hit her from outside. Tyrion will do nothing, but he'll tank her attacks, letting her other characters pop up. So that's one way we can get to attack her. But we're kind of not too worried about her. We're actually more worried about the quill boars that she sends out all the way down this left side and all the way down the right side underground. They basically make it all the way to whatever tower you own before they pop up and you can damage them. We want to keep our whelps ready for that, or our harpies ready for that. Whenever that happens, deal with that. That is the main mechanic of the fight, really. We want to quickly grab these turrets as quickly as we can. Again, safety pilot along with the execute does a great job there. If you have the opportunity to get your execute leveled up and put bloodlust on it, I extremely recommend you do it. That is the main goal I currently have for the baby account. That's going to play a huge impact on our future heroic pushing. That's pretty much it. Deal with the quill boars, get on the boss, have a tanky unit soaking up the damage while you drop unbound units onto her, and you'll do work. The harpies will fly above and attack her as well, which is great. All right, let's get in there. You know what? We got a lot of gold. Let's go harpies into quill boar. And we'll drop an execute. Bam. That's a quick tower. And now we're going to sit here and we'll wait for the quill boars to come. We don't want to be too greedy. We do want to get this tower, though, because we would like to get that gold node there as well. All right, here come the quill boars. Because we own this base, they should pop out right here. Perfect. The other ones are going to come down. I'll throw my Huntress. Huntress will AoE them down, but I will let them get to the tower first. There we go. So this is the main mechanic dealt with. No problem. Let's go ahead and turn. We're going to go get that tower over there. I'll throw the quill boar down. And I'll actually throw my kobold because that tower is definitely ours. And we'll go get that gold. Perfect. Alright, now it's time to get over to the boss. These harpies will make it. Tyrion's not going to make it before them, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and drop our whelplings in there. And now I don't want to get too greedy, so I will actually just address this threat that's coming at me. We have the quill boars come down. I'll throw my harpies there. I see the boss is getting absolutely just demolished. But let's pretend it's not. Let's pretend that we didn't get too far ahead. We'll just answer the threats. We got those quill boars down. Guess we didn't need too much concern anyway. Again, we're not super out-leveling this. We just are putting our experience in the proper characters. We got harpies leveling up. We have safety pilot, whelplings leveling up. Quill boar to tank stuff. Those characters are crucial in the heroic campaign push. So if you've been following this guide so far, all the way from Elwyn Forest, keep going. They are going to be crucial all the way to the final stages. All right, for Geaulieu, I'm sorry, I know I butchered that name. This is a very difficult boss. You just got to be patient, though. So we're going to get in here. It's going to take you a long time, but it's not very difficult so long as you adhere to some safety policies. All right, so for our undead pony boy here, the main mechanic is just to own those 3 chests in the middle. We want to make sure we're always getting this 6 gold for us. If we have Sneed, it's a full gold plus. You got to make sure you're dropping pieces as you collect them. The main hindrance to us is going to be these poison clouds around the summoning stones and around the boss. It does an extreme amount of damage, but through the power of unbound units like Safety Pilot, Whelplings, and Execute, we're going to get a lot of damage in there. We're also going to be able to bait the boss out by throwing a quill board near the outer edge before our damaging units get towards it. That'll be a quick steal as well. And if we want to try and get some gold from these nodes, just know you can't, okay? You could try and get it from here if your kobold is, I think, level 16 plus. It'll survive the first couple ticks. Or if you have your Tyrion, you drop at the same time, could heal. But we really just want to be dropping safety pilots on these middle chests for our gold. We want to answer the enemy kobolds and get this gold mine down here. We're going to be dealing with a lot of enemies. We just want to make sure we always have control over these chests. It doesn't matter if there's Abomination. We want to hit it with our Harpies. We want to hit it with our Whelplings. We want to hit it with a Kobold. Whatever we need to do to make sure the enemy doesn't get this gold, we'll keep his head, and then we're going to get the victory. All right, let's get in there. All right, so we got the safety pilot right away. I'll steal this summoning stone. I'll throw Whelplings at the boss. I'll throw my Huntress over here just to collect that. And let's hit this with an execute. See, we already got some good damage in on the boss. Alright, we're just going to let the gold build up. Okay, you can see how we got this right now. I'm not going to throw my Harpies there. That's like a bait to get your Harpies killed. Alright, there we go. He's going to work his way down now. Let's get our Harpies up there, ready to go. We'll even drop our Whelplings to help speed it up. Oh, that's a really, really, really unfortunate Huntress for us. That kind of ruined everything, really. But we got the rest of them weak, so let's go ahead and get this gold. There we go. There we go. So I'd love to answer this over here. We're going to be able to do that because the enemy Plague Farmer was spawned in the same time. The Kobold's going to get 1, but it's not going to get 2. Oh, that's perfect for us, that summoning right there. Go ahead and lay the execute down on the boss. These gold nodes should be coming in any second. Oh, Kobold's going to get some gold over there. We got a Huntress to deal with. We do have Harpies coming in. Okay, this is going to be perfect. Let's send the Huntress. We're going to flip this around. We'll send this. I'm even going to drop the execute because I just don't want my units to get beat up too much. There we go. So we still have a minute and a half. We've just been protecting our base with all this extra gold, dropping whatever spare damage we can on the boss. And that's all we got to do for this entire duration. Alright, let's get the Harpies going. I'll even send in the Huntress. And now maybe I'll try and illustrate what we do with the Quill Boar if our guys can make it up there. Alright, so let's turn that around. Let's go ahead and drop this damage. You see how we pulled the boss out front? So our Harpies kind of get to reach. Not very much, but they do technically. Let's take those units out. Make sure we continue to get that gold and just deny it from the enemy, most importantly. Let's throw one of those. We'll throw the Harpies. Just denying all the gold to the enemy. I could finish the boss right now. We've done such a good job just controlling that center that I could very easily just drop my Whelplings, drop an execute, and the boss is going to drop here. Oh! Made me a liar. We'll just cycle through. Once we get one more safety pilot, then it'll be over. Here, let's have some fun with it. Oh, they got the... You know what? No. I don't like that. You made me give up the gold at the very end there. And we finish it off. So it's all just about controlling. Keep that gold possession for yourself. Drop whatever damage you can on the boss. But don't be afraid to execute a big abomination or the enemy Huntresses. Just always control the enemies coming at you. You saw there, I got it done with a minute and a half to spare. If it got to the double gold period, I would have had just more unbound units I could have just thrown at the boss. It's not that big a struggle. We don't have to do anything fancy with it. Just survive, get gold, unbound the boss to death. Alright, Hezrul Bloodmark. This is a very, very difficult boss, but honestly a very, very fun one, and there's cool mechanics that help you get through it in the easiest way possible. Can't wait to share that with you. Let's get into it. Alright, so for Hezrul, his very cool mechanics, he's got this army around him, and it will charge you. However, it only charges you once you take out this Centaur. I'm going to call him a Centaur. When you take out this Centaur, that is when the army starts racing you down. So what we can do is we could take this tower, this Centaur, and even this tower, and start bombing the boss without him moving a muscle, that gives us control over this gold and this gold. Now, we're going to have some interesting enemies to deal with. We got dragons. I think we got dwarven mountainers. He is going to path up and down, so if he catches our eye, especially if we use something like harpies, the harpies will rip him apart, the boss will charge us, and that's no good. So it's actually going to be one of the maps where we might hold off on our gold. We might be at 10 gold for a little bit and just answer the threats while we throw an execute on the boss or a safety pilot on the boss, whelplings on the boss. We might actually be gold capped for a little bit here and working off of that. You could also use Blizzard on this boss. It's very helpful when it does the charge to slow it down. I didn't find it too necessary, but it's definitely something you can consider. Let's say probably over your harpies, because your harpies are going to be the main the main obstacle for you. Your harpies killing this Centaur right here is the worst thing in the world. Alright, let's do some battles. I'll send my harpies on this side. You want to send your harpies as far to the right or left as you possibly can. Let's grab this tower. See, perfect. The harpy died at the exact right time. I'll throw my Huntress here. I just want the Huntress to recapture the tower, but not much else. Alright, very good. Let's try and get some damage in on the boss. Also, when we finish the army, if we kill the enemies before the army starts charging, those enemies will not come at us, which is pretty important. Let's deal with the shaman while she's up there. We're getting backdoored. I'll send my harpies here because they'll see it, but then they'll still go left side. I see this isn't good. This is where out leveling could be the end of us here. We'll drop an execute on the boss. That quill board probably just saved us from ourselves. Okay, just keep doing damage to the boss. We're getting some good damage in on the boss. We're about even with ourselves right now. It's about the best we can ask for. We'll send our Huntress over here. Just as far away from him as possible. I like that she's healing them. Alright, so some damage in there. I'm actually fine if she were to recapture that. I'd be perfectly fine with that. Alright, so hopefully the harpies, they're going to go back. They'll see that quill boar. Good stuff. Let's get an execute on the boss. Get him nice and low now. Once he gets to about 50%, I'd feel more comfortable just like pulling the trigger and letting the next boss summon in while having a kobold ready to go and get that gold right there for me. Oh, that was an interesting little exchange that just happened. Let's try and get the tower back before they get control of it. Yeah, I'll take that. Let's send our harpies here. We'll turn the dragon around. I don't want my base take too much damage either, because with that boss may end up on our base. Oof. Looks like the enemy got a little bit too much gold. This might be a reset. Oh, this is gonna be a reset. Or not. Keep the faith alive. Keep the faith alive. Once we get to the dive bomb phase, all bets are off. We do gotta answer this, though. Those pesky siege units. "20 seconds left. If we kill him too soon, that's not gonna be good for us." Alright, it's gonna be go time here in a little bit. See, he's dead. Army charges in. So if we played this a little bit better, we would have been all the way into the extra gold phase. As it stands, we're just going to reach the extra gold phase as this happens. So when it comes in, we want to start kind of burying our teeth at the enemies a bit more. Consecrate's going to help a lot here from Tyrion. Just keep attacking the boss. Remember, he does an AoE cleave that's going to kill everything in his path. And then he kind of stands still for a very, very long time. So see, we get it done. We did pepper the boss with damage. Again, we could have stalled a little bit longer if we didn't lose lose our composure at the last second there. This would have been a lot cleaner. But I'm happy with that. I'm happy to show that it could go south and you could still get the win as long as you've done enough damage to the boss and you kind of feed into it. I should have talked about that sooner. The boss, he does a huge AoE cleave. It'll kill all your flying units, all your ground units that are in front of it, or most of your ground units that are in front of it. And then he'll stand there and he'll pause. And so if you bombard him from all different angles, you're going to have constant damage on the boss. You do got to deal with the things that are around him. Again, Blizzard could be very useful there. Alright, Grommosh Hellscream, he's the boss of the Barrens, and he's fairly difficult. Alright, so let's get in there, let's talk about it. Alright, so Grommosh Hellscream, he gives Bloodlust to his team. He's now giving Bloodlust to everybody. But the main mechanic, in my opinion, is the Warsong Raiders that after a while will spawn in the top left corner and the bottom right corner. They are considered siege units. They will run at your base. They don't care what you send at them. If they don't die, they will start beating up your base. Besides that, there's going to be Ogre Mages, big tanky grunts. It's a very, very tank heavy fight, and they all have Bloodlust, and they will rip your base apart quickly. To stop you from just, barraging them with safety pilots and whelplings, there's going to be enemy harpies that'll counter you. I believe there is dark iron miners as well to grab the gold nodes away from you. So our main task is, well, there's two options. We could bum rush the boss from the bottom. We could send a fast unit to grab that chest, put our whelplings in front of Grommosh. As soon as he takes one swing, we gotta immediately play our our Quillbore or our Earth Elemental to flip the boss around and lay into him as hard as we can. If we sent our Harpies, our Huntress down here, maybe some chickens, we gotta get in on the boss. He cannot cleave us, we'll die. Because there is a grace period before those raiders come in. Otherwise, we have to wait till those raiders come in, and if they come in from the top or from the right side, we could use a Banshee to steal one, which I'm not going to show here. Maybe I'll show a second fight. And then we got to kill the other one with, hopefully, you have your Infectious Wounds Harpies, or your chickens with, I believe it's like Foul, or whatever gives them Fury. And then they get ripped up that siege unit fairly quickly. The problem with that strategy is you also have to deal with the Ogre Mages and the Grunts that are coming at the same time, and that is really difficult. So yeah, let's show both strategies here. We'll start with the Bum Rush strategy. Okay, well, we have nothing right now, so let's go ahead and grab that chest. Once we get that chest, we'll send you. And now we have a lot of units converging on the boss. Unfortunately, that's going to be a dead safety pilot. The Huntress is going to get that gold. We got to drop our whelps now so he takes a hit. And then immediately turn the boss around. Alright, now we're throwing everything we can at the boss. It's now a base race. Let's see if my units are strong enough. My units do appear to be strong enough, even though this was a slight punch. We saw how close that was, right? So that is the base race strategy. Now, there is a way where we can kind of manipulate it so our safety pilot isn't our first. Our Huntress is our first. I'm going to do a different video on that. But essentially, wherever your army slots are, you can kind of move units around. So my Huntress and my safety pilot, they're both in alliance slots. If I were to just simply swap their positions, I would have the Huntress in my opening hand. There's a little trick for you, little cliff notes. We'll be showing that in more detail in the video. But let's go show the second version of this fight where we're going to kind of finesse it. I'll use Undead for that. Alright, so I decided I'm actually going to show this with Rend, because he's, in my opinion, the hardest leader to utilize, be it the 6 gold cost, and because we're not really using the flyers as much as maybe you would hope. So we are going to be doing the long, played-out strategy, when we can't just bum rush the boss, because maybe we're doing huge punch-ups, though. You saw my units. They're not like level 17 or nothing. They're level 15. I think some might be 16. I'll have to go back in the footage and look. But you can bum rush the boss. I kind of much prefer that strategy. If it wasn't for this video, I would not do this long, drawn-out version. Anyway, let's get in there. Let's show how we can handle these Warsong Raiders. Alright, I want to get this chest right away. I want to deal with that Ogre Mage right away. See, these units are 17 because my Ren deck is actually my most built deck, I think. Let's go ahead and take out that Ogre Mage. Warsong Raider's going to come soon. Alright, so we're going to go steal that Warsong Raider here. And we're going to take out this one here. You see how fast they run in and how much damage they do on your base if you're not ready for them. So let's turn this boss around now so our Warsong Raider gets some good damage in. I should have sent the Harpies up. I normally just completely ignore this tower, to be honest with you. Looks like we're going to get through it nice and easy. Let's take out that troll. Alright, it only took us 2. That's fine. Let's get the chest. And now we should be going for the kill right now. The fact that it's going to take us a little bit longer is not great. Probably going to end up summoning a Rend here. Get some gold. We might have to deal with another version of the Warsong Raiders at this speed. Let's grab that chest up there. Go ahead and hit that with a Blizzard. So the Rend passive is paying off now that we're doing the long drawn out strategy, so that's good. Looks like we're only getting 1. That's fine. We'll steal it. There we go. There's the other one. I guess the speed at which you take them out dictates their spawning. So there you go. You see the Banshee is absolutely pivotal in just saving us from ourselves, and then we're just slowly damaging the boss. But this Rend deck, this is one of my most leveled armies, I think. Boom, some good damage there. Let's get this gold. Let's go get that gold. And you can see how we're playing it out the long way, but we're getting it done, so that's good. Let me drop a Rend here again. Wait till we're at about 6 gold, because it's going to be Quillbore soon. Here we go. There we go. We turn the boss around, and then we're killing him here. Alright, so that's how you can do it the long, drawn-out way. I do really like that Banshee's mechanic. We'll be leaning into that for a lot of heroic missions along this journey. So get used to that. It's really nice to be stealing some very crucial enemies. That's going to be it for this guide. Let me know how it helped you guys. I know this was a hotly requested. I'm sorry it took so long. Had a bit of a family emergency we had to deal with. But we're all good now. So hopefully we'll get back up and running, try and get at least 3 or 4 Warcraft Rumble videos out every week. There is now a creators program, so there's a lot more incentive for me to do it. And I would ask you very humbly if you could please share this video with your friends that are playing Warcraft Rumble. We need to get this channel up to about 5,000 subs before they'll consider us for that program. I'd be eternally in your debt if you could help me with that. All right, guys, take care. Have yourselves a wonderful day. We'll talk soon. Bye for now. All right, so we just finished the rest of the Barrens missions. We've now put in all the experience on our characters, and of course, like the great content creator I am, I forgot to take the pictures of my armies before I put a bunch of levels on them. So unfortunately, I think the pictures that you saw in the top left corner all had bigger units than the ones you saw in the gameplay. So if you're concerned about the levels of the units that were used, make sure you're looking at the gameplay, look at the actual level of the character used. I did want to talk about this being our first epic core we're going to get. We're not going to lean into that too heavily right now. This is the free-to-play track. Like the first character we want to use that on is probably going to be our Whelplings, our Safety Pilot, maybe our Harpies. It'll be something that's going to carry us through the heroic campaign. But it's also going to be a unit we want to use for the raids, so we're going to have to wait on that before we use it to make sure, you know. I'm going to be in there with my main account, checking out how hard the raids are, checking out the MVP units, and then we'll share all that information for sure. But like the rest of the videos, I wanted to show you what I'm going to be spending my gold on. So if you're trying to follow this track, you can kind of keep up that way. Let's go ahead and we'll upgrade our footmen. We'll eventually be using them with Tyrion for some decks and then for some dungeons as well. Poison, we don't quite care about that. Is this an upgrade to our bandits? We would love a free upgrade to our bandits. And it does look to be the case. Where are they? Yeah, they're still great. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's get the upgrade to the bandits. That way we can get the talent for them that increases the gold that they give to us, which would be nice. The Huntress is one we will eventually want to get to rare, but we'll start with the Necromancer for now. I'm still hunting for Execute. Like I said at the opening of the video, I really, really, really want Execute. Don't I already have Tyrion? Yeah, I already have Tyrion, so not worried about that. Poison is actually a really good talent on those characters, but again, we're hunting for Execute for now. Let's start this. Quillbore, he's already quite high. Assimilation Aura, it is not. Oof, this is a tough one. You could already be upgraded, so I guess we'll throw it into the Quillbore. Free experience for the Quillbore is not bad. Nope, don't care about that. Chickens to 10. Wheel, oh, I don't have a recycle. That's rough. We'll buy Maiev. The reason we're going to buy Maiev is because, and actually you know what else I'll do? I'll move this one. We'll move this one up. And then when we buy Maiev, it's going to get rid of a bunch of the spots. And I should be able to, hopefully, still can't find an execute. Not for the life of us. We really do like the Earth Elemental. I'd love to be able to get that to uncommon. We use him as often as we use the Quillbar. Whenever we have an army where we need a siege unit. Ah, there it is. Oh, there it is. There it is. Perfect. So there's our execute. Yeah, what was I saying? Earth Elemental, whenever I need a siege unit and not a cycle unit, like here, then I'll throw in the Earth Elemental. All right, let's level up our execute. This is going to be very helpful. Oh, I need to go do some dungeons. All right, there we go. We got a quick dungeon in. Let's go ahead and upgrade this bad boy. That way the talents will start filtering in our store. And with any luck, we'll get the Bloodlust one before you know it. Now, what do I want to do here? Is this Hamhawk? Oh, man. I do want this for Hogger, but I'd prefer just to keep my gold for the hopeful, eventual execute talent. We only have 650. So let's try and see if we can't get execute to appear to us here. Oh, this is going to get rid of 4 pieces. That's going to be nice. Lots of experience on my Ev too. She's not bad. And there it is! We got the Bloodthirsty, the Bloodlust. Allies within the spell area for 10 seconds. You want to rush this one. We've been trying to get this for the last 3 videos with that 1,500 gold we get from each section. So if you've gotten it before now, congratulations. You know how awesome it is. If not, in the next video, you're going to see how absolutely amazing that is. And now we're going to start hunting for some other units to play. Cost reduced by 1. This is actually a fantastic talent for her. Unfortunately, we're gonna get the Sage Pilot instead. We're gonna get the Sage Pilot to rare. We'll get the Whelplings to rare. We'll get the Harpies to rare as soon as possible. Everything else will kind of just hang out on. I'm not even gonna get the Griffin. Nah, we'll get the Griffin. We'll get the Griffin. We need to get our collection level up a little bit more so we can get some better experience. Since we're doing all this kind of passively, we're not really farming on this account. What do we got here? We'll try and get Rend up 1 level. He's kind of our main Blackrock person for now. I'm almost thinking Ragnaros is going to replace him by the time we're done this guide. But yes, what's next? Is it Ashenvale's next? Level 16? Looks like Ashenvale is next. That's going to be a very good one. Look out for that one. Hopefully later this week. It looks like my units are already within punching distance now that we collected all those Barrens experience. So it should be good. If this video has helped you, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.